Wow, we got shots fired. Shakur Stevenson tells Vasyl Lomachenko that he believes he won. And he says, if Devin Haney ducks you, I would love to fight you. So there's a call out in there. That's what I want to talk about in this video. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Well, Shakur Stevenson was feeling froggish today, so he decided to leap. Just about an hour ago, he posted this, and it says, "Hey, yo, Vasyl Lomachenko, nothing but respect, champ. You deserve them belts." So right there, that indicates he believes that Lomachenko won the fight. Yo, Lomachenko, nothing but respect, champ. You deserve them belts. I hope you healed up and everything is all good with you. I think it's time for a real high skill level chess match. I'm ready for a big fight, champ. Let's make something happen. Handshake. So here's what they think about you. Shakur Stevenson doesn't believe Devin Haney had the victory or should have won, and he respects Lomachenko. Lomachenko did reply already, and he says, Shakur Stevenson, I am okay, but I am sorry, I have unfinished business with Devin Haney, and he tagged him. So Lomachenko pretty much politely declines to fight Shakur Stevenson because he says he has, quote, unfinished business. And Shakur seen this and replied to it. Shakur says, I understand, champ, but if he ducks you like he's ducking me, it only makes sense for us to get it in. Devil emoji. Wow. In the words of Nate Diaz, I'm not surprised, I'm not really surprised. I always wondered when, how, and if, because it was just a premonition, but how that relationship would play out with Devin Haney. I didn't know exactly how it was going to play out, but them being in the same division, them having the previous sparring that they had that most people have seen that watch boxing or intently watch boxing, I always wondered how that relationship would end up turning out. And now you see it. I think this picture does an amazing job of illustrating what it is. Shakur Stevenson is a true competitor, and he doesn't view Devin Haney as such a friend that he's not willing to face him. Unlike a guy like Keyshawn Davis, you have Shakur Stevenson who says, that's my little brother, I'm not fighting him. But anybody else from Tank, and Tank spoke on this. Tank said that Shakur Stevenson is basically two-faced. He says that one minute he'll be like buddy on social media and then want to come into my dressing room, and next thing you know, he's taking shots at me. And it is what it is. But I was really curious how this relationship would play out, and now Shakur is letting you know how he feels. The thing that's very interesting to me is how quickly it's seemingly soured, because I thought there was more of even though he's not maybe as close as he is to a guy like Keyshawn Davis, I thought there was more respect there. But to be honest, it seems like recently the gloves are off with Shakur Stevenson, and he's just taking mad shots. He's taking mad shots. Like, for example, he just said to Vasyl Lomachenko, hey, how you doing, champ? And I respect you, champ. But like, that's a level of respect that he's paying to Lomachenko, but he's not really doing that to Devin Haney, because he's saying things like, yo, Devin lost the fight. And regarding the Devin losing the fight, listen, a lot of people were screaming robbery. To me, that's cap. It's too harsh. It was a close fight. Really, Lomachenko, I told you, he has himself to blame, because Lomachenko does foolish things. He did it in the T.O. fight. He did it in the Jermaine Ortiz fight, and now with Devin Haney. So if you habitually have the same problem in your fights where you want to turn up late, then you made a decision and you need to make an adjustment. That's stupid. You can't cry over spilled milk when you give up pivotal early rounds, and then when it don't play out and the judges don't see it your way, now you're mad and you're crying. So I think Shakur Stevenson, the other thing that's interesting about the shots he's taking, basically saying Loma should be champion, which would infer that Devin Haney should have lost. The other thing I find interesting about that is Shakur Stevenson, just like many people who attended that, they were like, oh, it's a robbery, and Lomachenko won big time and things like that. And Shakur Stevenson even got in the ring, which is what you've seen in this picture, and they interviewed him. Devin Haney kind of exited the ring for whatever reason, but they did interview Shakur Stevenson, and he was like, nah, Loma won. Again, mucho respect to Lomachenko being given, but not to Devin Haney. And then Shakur did an interview after that, and Shakur Stevenson basically said he rewatched it and the fight was closer. But now what he's saying, he's back to kind of slighting Devin Haney, saying, hey, if he ducks you, so he's basically calling him a duck. He's also saying that you should be champion Lomachenko and these types of things. So I thought Shakur kind of rewatched the fight and thought the fight was closer, but I guess he's standing on the fact that he thinks Lomachenko should have won altogether. Again, for me, I don't really care. I thought it was kind of a draw-ish fight. I think both guys shined in spots. Devin Haney, he lost it in some of the rounds 6 through 9. No, actually round 6 through 11-ish. That's where he was losing. But then I think he closed the show very strongly in the 12th round, and he definitely won the 12th round. So, you know, really, it was a close fight, if you will, and it is what it is. I'm over it. You know, people can keep talking about this fight. As far as the future, Lomachenko just told Shakur Stevenson that he basically ain't fighting him because he wants to fight Devin Haney. Devin Haney reportedly got an offer to fight Regis Prograis, so he could move up to 40 and then I would imagine relinquish the belts. Shakur Stevenson, Lomachenko doesn't look like it's going to happen. So it'll be interesting to see how all these things play out. I tell you guys all the time on my channel, I never really get shocked with boxing and things that happen in boxing. This is a grimy sport. A lot of people aren't friends. They're not friendly. You know, it's a competition. So I'm not surprised. But then again, I am a bit surprised at how fast it seems like the competitive side is taking over and the relationship between Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson is souring. If you've watched my past videos or if you follow Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney, it's just been kind of pure beef. Like there's a recent video with Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson in the Top Rank gym and it looked like it was good. And he's like, oh, you looking big. And then, you know, it's like more cordial. But lately, what I've seen on Twitter is just like it's like 100% competitive mode. And I'm better than you and things like that. The last thing I will say about Shakur saying, fight me, Loma, if Devin ducks you, I think that's a bit unfair and it's not really realistic considering the fact that Devin Haney, truthfully, he did call out the names, the best names that he could get at the time. Guys like Joseph Jojo Diaz, who had just beaten Javier Fortuna. He called out him and he was supposed to fight against Ryan Garcia. Ryan pulled out, said he was injured, yada, yada, yada. And he got the fight. Same thing with Kambosos. Lomachenko was supposed to fight against Kambosos and he decided to like try to protect or be there for his country at times of war. So Devin Haney went to Australia and did what Teofimo Lopez couldn't do by dethroning then undisputed champion George Kambosos, who had a great win over Teofimo. So as far as calling him a duck and things like that, I mean, it doesn't really make sense to me. When Devin called for guys like Linares, who was a Golden Boy fighter, got it. Like I said, Jojo Diaz, Golden Boy fighter, got it, beat him. Those guys weren't really looking in his direction at that time. And then even Kambosos was Top Rank told you, Bob Arum told you, Lomachenko, he's gonna fight against George Kambosos. That's next. They've already agreed. Like he told you that Loma was next up. The only thing that changed it again was his country being at war and he decided to pause his career. So he did that twice in Australia and then he fights a 2-time gold medalist. This is the video I was talking about where they were both in the Top Rank gym. But Devin Haney called out these names when people weren't looking his direction. He called out Teofimo. Teo didn't really want it and ended up moving up to 40. And Devin fought the Kambosos, the undisputed, yada, yada, yada. 2-time gold medalist after that to close. Like, so just look at his top ranked deal. He kind of took a raw deal with George Kambosos, taking less money than he probably was making and fighting in enemy territory. Australia was out there tripping, wouldn't let his team be there with him. And, you know, I'm not going to rehash everything, but the bottom line is Devin Haney took the risk and now he's undisputed. We'll see what is next. But to call him a duck when he just fought Lomachenko, who old media praised and said was the GOAT, and Shakur Stevenson actually wants to fight now because he just called him out. He just told you. He said, hey, I want to fight Lomachenko. So you want to fight the guy that Devin Haney just beat, but you're calling him a duck, saying he's ducking, he might duck you and he's ducking me. That doesn't make sense to me. I don't have issue with either fighter, Haney or Shakur Stevenson, but I do call it down the middle on my channel. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. We'll see. I think it's a waiting game. We got to see what Devin Haney decides to do division-wise. He looks in recent videos and pictures, he looked kind of big to the point where I don't know if he easily can make 35. We know it's a chore. So a lot of it's dependent on that. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. I'm the best in the business and it's not even close.